have a break, but the floor is yours and nobody's going to fuck with you.
So I met Eli because he jumped in my box one day when I used to do hair. So I was doing some girl's hair. I didn't even know who he was. He just came in there. He was asking questions, saying he was a barber. So, I answer questions. I let people in my boxes and I talk to them. From that, it began to where he started like gifting me when I was battling, coming into my lives, just, supporting and teaching me how to be better at battling because I was brand new on the app. Um, so then uh, I started going into his lives and supporting, and, I was never a mod or anything up until he went to jail. He went to jail. I was, it was my birthday. I didn't even know he was in jail. Somebody messaged his mod messaged me and told me that he was in jail and that he was requesting for me to write him or give him like register so that I can communicate with him. And I did. And
What did he
then
go to jail for?
I think he had a warrant, something that he had done. And I just remember that he got arrested on live. So he was on live when he got arrested. And that's how I ended up, I guess you could say, communicating with him more deeper and just talking to him. So I was talking to him. I had flown out to Dubai, and I was in Dubai and I was messaging with a person who was trying to change his life around. Right? I didn't know. I married a guy that was in prison at one point. So, and he's changed his whole life around. We were married, actually are still married. It's been 14 years, right? 15 years. And he's changed his life completely around. So I figured Eli was one of those that, been through some shit, turning his life around. And so I did. I was communicating with him, and he was supporting me. So I was helping him. I was putting money on his books, calling him, letting him call me and things like that. When he got out of
Now, at this
jail,
point, you're not just putting money on his books because at this point, he got to be, y'all kind of talking.
yeah, we were talking for a while.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
All right.
like, I kind of skipped the whole like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Of like communicating and supporting each other on the app. So,
Uh-huh.
like I said, I was never a mod up until that point, because at that point, I feel like me and him had a really good connection. He trusted me where he wanted me to manage his accounts. And while he was in there, he was going to be in there for maybe about a month or so, I believe, maybe more. He didn't know until he got things situated with his PO and things like that.
Yeah.
So to his PO, to his lawyer, to everybody, I was his fiance. I was his fiance. At that point, he wanted to make certain things more official with me, right? So yeah, I was calling his lawyer for him. I was calling his PO for him. I was calling the jail for him to try to see what was going on, why he wasn't having certain visits. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts, by the way. His brother communicated with me, and it's not his real blood brother. It's a family friend who took him in, right? The guy's mother took in Eli and basically helped raise him and things like that. So I was communicating with him. I wasn't in that area because I'm from Texas, so I couldn't pick up the phones or anything like that. His baby mother, Justice, is the one who had the phones. And there was a little bit going on there where she was messaging me some things that shouldn't have been messaged. So Eli got mad and told the brother to go pick up the phones. And then whenever I was able to go out there to give them to me or whatnot, right? So then the brother, wanted to kind of help manage, and keep his pages going because that's how he was making money, right?
Yeah.
So I helped the brother. At that point, that's when I became a mod, right? That's when the brother made me a mod, and I was helping him like set up lives and battle and like telling him what to do so that he can, help Eli make money. That was pretty much it at that point till he got out of jail. And then when he got out of jail, he was making arrangements for me to go out there the first time around.
Yeah.
And he was already bumping heads with the brother because I believe his brother, he was supposed to have been paying his brother and he ended up not paying his brother, right?
Yeah.
So I did go out there. I was out there for like 2 days, maybe at the most. And that's when we were in the hotel. Well, people knew when he would go live and he was outside the hotel, they started sending me messages like, I see that he has you at this hotel. He could have at least put you in this hotel. And I didn't even know who these people were. These were other females. This was baby mamas, basically. Um, then at that point, I stayed quiet. I stayed behind the scene. He wouldn't put me on his lives, but if I was live, he would jump into my lives to make sure that guys weren't hollering at me. Right? Anytime I would go live, he would come into my boxes and then run the guys off, pretty much talk shit and run the guys off. And so that was that. He got into it with Chris Hollow-Tips and Riddler while I was out there. His lawyer got on the phone with him, and I'm not the type of person that really asks a lot of questions, which I should. That's the downfall on me. I should start asking questions and wondering like what's going on. Yeah. But I didn't. And I believed whatever was being said at the time, right? So I felt like he was just defending himself. He was a guy that was turning his life around, whatever. That was that.
What was the excuse? What was his excuse for when you asked him about his daughter, right?
I didn't ask him. I just heard them getting into it about it. And his reasoning was that he had put his daughter in the car seat, didn't tie her down. He had been drunk. He was driving, right? And he was driving at that point, but he was going to get to driving. And supposedly she got out of the car seat when he closed the door. And that's how he closed the door on her leg.
Yeah.
And I know that things happen, and I know that there's one-offs and, stuff that you can't explain sometimes that happen. But now that everybody has been bringing up more to the light,
you didn't know about the bite marks. You didn't know about.
I didn't know about none of that.
Yeah, so nobody's faulting you for not knowing. I was just curious about his excuse because he always tries to give girls an excuse and then pass around that fake CPS little thing for his other kid. And to your knowledge, he can't see the other kid either, right? The femur kid?
No, he can't see her. Yeah. I would always ask him about his son, right? And why, he wasn't with his son, or why we couldn't pick up his son when I did go out there the second time, or when I went out there the next time. Yeah. He said that because after, we became a thing and there was a time frame. So I went out there for those 2 days. That was right after he got out of jail. We went to the hotel and something was going on. He couldn't pay with cash. So then he calls his brother, tells his brother, hey, I need you to put it on your card, whatnot, this and that. I don't get in the mix, whatever. It turns out that he didn't never pay his brother back. So he had his brother put the stuff on the card. The brother was telling him, hey, you need to come bring me that money. Why don't you bring him back? Because me and the brother, we got close from dealing with all this stuff on live, whatnot. And he was like, he would introduce me to his mom and be like, this is Eli's new wife or whatever, and blah, 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 right? And he was trying to get Eli to take me over there to visit his wife, his family, because I would be on FaceTime with them.
Yeah.
And he would always make an excuse. And I didn't even know until later on when the brother told me. So yeah.
So you telling me, but he flew you out with his money?
No, that time wasn't it. Mm-mm. He said he was going to give me the money back, but he didn't.
So he be talking all this big money shit, but like on a scale, like no hate intended, like how much money he got? Like, does he walk around like he's balling? Does he have money? Or is it just what he gets off TikTok?
It's just what he gets off TikTok.
That's crazy.
And at that time, he was, up there on TikTok. He was, because I don't remember when he did start coming into my boxes and I looked at his profile, he had, I think it was like 156,000 followers at the time on one account. And I think he only had like 3 at that time, right? There were backups in case he got, banned or whatever. But, he was always battling and he was always winning. Like, I think I witnessed maybe one battle that he lost. Every time he would always win, and he had so many people in the lives at those times, and whatnot. And I was never jealous. Like, I would see these girls talking and all this and that. Even at the hotel that time, he was messaging with somebody, and I was like, is that a female? He was like, yeah, it's because they're sending me money, this and that, how it is. And I'm like, all right, as long as you being honest with me, right? So whatever. So I was good with it. That was the end of that. at that point, when I flew back home, it was a few months. I think that had happened in like September. He had got out September. I had came back from Dubai in September. I went out there, came back, and then it wasn't until November that I had planned to go back out there.
Mhm.
And at this point, he was telling me to fly back out there to buy a one-way ticket because he was going to come back with me, and that he wanted me to be out there for as long as possible until he got things situated, and then he was going to bring his daughter. I mean, not his daughter, his son. His son.
Mhm.
He was going to bring his son and everything, and I had made arrangements at my house. Like I had a 5-bedroom house, right? So
Right.
at that point, I was like, okay, y'all could move in and we'll start our relationship from there, right?
Mhm.
Dummy, but whatever.
Dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, and I had somebody message me talking about like why he's not gonna move out there, is he, or whatever. And I sent it to him, and he was like, tell them that you're gonna sell your house and that you're moving over here. So just to do it, I did. I told the person that was messaging me, I was like, no, actually, I'm moving out there. I'm selling my house and moving out there.
Mhm.
And they were like, damn. And then they never messaged me back again. Never messaged me back again. I was like, okay. But yeah, so that all happened. At this point, I made plans. I had two other girls living with me from that I had met on TikTok because I'm a good person. I like to help people, right? They were getting kicked out, they were getting evicted, and things were happening to them. So I had room. I'm like, hey, come live with me. We'll help each other out, and so on and so forth. This girl helped me get some money together to buy the one-way ticket there. He was supposed to buy a ticket for me and him to come back together with his
Mhm.
son, or rent a car so we could drive this way.
Yeah.
And so I went out there. We were hanging out. We never went anywhere. And he said that he wanted to take me somewhere this time because the last time we were just stuck in the hotel. He was going live. He wasn't doing anything. I got ready to go out to eat somewhere, and we didn't end up going anywhere. So I was just locked up in the hotel room. So I went there the very first night, I believe, or the second night that I was out there. He had fell asleep. So I was like, okay, let me go live in the living room so I don't wake him up.
Mhm.
Because I would go live, right? So I went out there, I was going live, and somebody messaged him to tell him that I was live and that people knew that I was out there with him because of the background. It was the couch, the black curtain, so on, apartment that
Mhm.
he was in. So he came out there and he snatched my phone and or the live, right, and basically turned it off. And he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why are you trying to mess up my money and this and that?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like, you're asleep. I'm not telling. Who knows that I have a black curtain behind me? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't even fucking matter, right? Nobody would even know that you're with me if you wouldn't be jumping on my live.
Yeah.
You would jump in my live, but I
Because he
couldn't
was trying to keep you separate so that his girl
die.
gifters didn't know that you was over there.
But yet
Okay.
he was making sure that the guy gifters for me,
Knew that he was there with you.
yeah. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, because I don't care. I wasn't doing TikTok like making money like that. I was just
Right.
doing it just to be social and hanging out, making
Right.
friends. Um, so then he was like, nah, I need you to get your shit and get the fuck out of here. And I was like, okay. I said, how am I gonna leave? I need you to buy my ticket,
Uh-huh.
right? So he was like, get it, go look it up and send it to me. So then I did. I screenshot it. I sent it to him, and he told me, "Fuck that! I'm not paying 400 and something dollars for no fucking ticket. You can call your friends and have them buy it for you." So I went in the room and I just started packing my shit, throwing it all together. And I guess when he saw that I was for real, like leaving,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't know where the hell I was going, but I was going, right?
Yeah.
So I was walking out and he grabs me by my arm. And when he grabbed me by my arm, it's a reflex for me. So I pushed him and he flew onto the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, damn, you're strong, whatever. I said, man, leave me the fuck alone. And I walked outside. I had my luggage and everything. I was calling my friends. I was on a FaceTime. They were worried for me because they knew I wasn't in a populated area. Like I was in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of trees, a lot of wilderness. It looked like the projects, basically. It was project apartments.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in Columbia, PA.
Okay.
So I was sitting outside crying on my luggage. They were telling me like, what are you gonna do? One of my friends, Giovanna, the one that, I've told you about, she was trying to talk to her husband, like trying to see what she could do for me to get me somewhere, like an Uber somewhere. And I was just sitting there and he came outside and he was like, no, I got her. She needs to come back inside. She's just tripping, whatnot. And they were like, nah, you better take care of her. Nothing better happen to her, this and that. And he was like, no, I got her. I got her. And I'm like, nah, well, you're not going to be running me off. And this is not a game.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, he did. He grabbed my luggage and we went back upstairs and then, kind of calmed down. 2 days later, I believe, or a day later, I was sitting in the room and he just came in and he was like, I just got a message. Somebody told me to check your snap. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay. So then I was like, because I was literally texting my friend and I was like, okay, well, let me send this message. I'll give you my phone. Nah, you're just delaying. You're just delaying. You're just hiding shit. And I'm like, look, I'm texting my friend, so
Mhm.
on. And then I sent the message and I gave him the phone. And he walked out of the room. I'm like, why do you got to walk out the room? Like, stay over here, check the message. So that way, whatever, if my friends respond, I can respond to them. He walked out there. So I grabbed another phone that I had and I messaged and I'm like, hey, he has my phone. If y'all need to get in contact with me, message me on this one, you know?
Mhm.
He kept my phone. He came back in and he was like, I see what you was doing. I see what it is. And I was like, what was I doing? And so he showed me some messages and I was like, okay, so did you check the date? I was like, this is way before me and you even started talking.
Mhm.
Right. He's like, you know what? That's right. It's before me, so on and so forth. So he gave me back my phone that day. But then it became a pattern
How long did he take your phone from you?
for about a good 2, 3 hours.
Okay.
And then the next day he did it again, took my phone. The day after that, he took my phone and my laptop because my laptop was synced to my phone.
Mhm.
Right, it was an Apple laptop, and in
Yeah.
that picture that you showed earlier, you see the laptop and you
Yeah.
see my phone. So he was just going through my phone again and just trying to see what else he could find. So one out of those days, I got fed up and I got tired. I was like, you know what? You went through my phone. Where's yours? He had three
Yeah.
phones at the time. I was like, give me your phones. And he was live at the time and he had muted himself and he's like, are you really going to do this right now? I'm like, yeah, you didn't give a fuck when I was on live and you shut my shit off. Give me your phones. Either you give me your phones or I'm going to shut your shit off. And then he handed me a phone that was on the couch. He had another one in his hand. I was like, nah, give me that one too. Stay on your live, but give me the two phones you got left over there. So then I started going through them and I started seeing like all these messages with a girl that I already had suspicions on.
Mhm.
And I had mentioned to him and he was like, nah, she's just a gifter. Like she ain't shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I seen other things and plans that they were making and how he had been talking to her while I was out there and
Mhm.
telling her that he had been trying to get rid of me and trying to get me to leave. But yet he would never buy my flight.
Yeah.
Right. And then there was other messages where he was messaging somebody that lived across the apartment complex that he would just tell her like, hey, let's meet up and fuck. And they would go fuck. So he was trying to go fuck. Well, my ass is right there. Right. And so I saw all of this and I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I was like, okay, I got you. I got it. I gave him his phones and he was like, oh no. And then the girl had messaged him talking about, I thought we were going to meet up this Saturday. Like this Saturday, you were going to have us there and we were going to hang out. Tell her that we're all going to hang out and it should be a good time or whatever. So I pretended to be him and I
Mhm.
messaged her from his phone and I told her, yeah, show up. Go ahead. She's cool. Because in my head, in that moment, in my head, I just got a restriction flag
Don't
for
worry.
body
Reset, and come right
exposure.
back. Yeah.
That I'm exposing my body.
Go ahead and back out, and
And
then
come back
reset and
in.
come back in.
Okay.
You gotta try to chat on. This is what little boys do when the truth starts getting told about them. They have to resort to reporting people so that you guys don't get to hear what a piece of shit he is. You know what I mean? I hope you guys see stuff like that and like, oh, someone's trying really hard to keep her quiet, and that's what he's been doing for the longest. Okay, we haven't even got to the rest. You know what I mean? Well, it's not gonna work. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's what I've been getting reported for the last, I don't know how many lives, is body
It's
exposure.
fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So then, yeah, this girl, where was I at right now? I'm lost.
You would message the girl and told her to come over. She's cool.
In my head, I said, when she gets here, I'm gonna go off on her because she was lying to my face, coming into my lives, tapping the screen, doing all this extra shit, supporting me. But you want to
Yeah.
be fake, and she, whatever. And he was worried about that too because I'll tell y'all more things. Anyway, so the point is I messaged her. That was that. Um, he started talking mess to me because of my phone and because I wasn't really fucking with him after those messages. After I saw the messages on his phone,
Yeah.
so he started getting aggravated, right? And I told him, I said, "Nah, we're good. I just need you to buy my flight so that I can get the hell out of here."
Yeah.
Right? He was like, "Nah, well, fuck this. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave your ass here. You can stay here, and I'm gonna go." Leave me in an apartment that does not belong to him. Supposedly it belonged to a cousin, but it was actually a friend. Does not belong to him. I have no money. I have no way to leave. I have no flight out. So I was like, no. So I got in the way. I was like, no, you're not going to leave me here.
Mm-hmm.
So I got in the way. I got in the way of the door. He's like, get out the way. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not moving. So he was like, you're going to let me go because I have an Uber waiting for me. I'm not going to pay again and this and that for the Uber. And I said, no, I'm not moving. So he grabbed me by my hair and he tried to throw me and I put my foot out and it stopped, right? I literally felt a pop because I stopped the pull, right? I felt a pop in my neck. And because I stopped it, he yanked even harder. And that's when my legs went airborne and hit the wall, the corner of a wall. My ankle hit the corner of a wall in by the kitchen. And that was where I got that bruise from. I just got flagged again for criminal behavior.
Don't worry about it.
So at that point, my first instinct is my survival instinct, right? To jump up and fight. So I jumped up and I was like, bitch, you're gonna pull me by my hair. Why the fuck you gonna pull me by my motherfucking hair? Fight me like a motherfucking man. Right? And I posted up, he was like, calm the fuck down, go back to the room, this and that. I was like, nah, you're not gonna sitting here pulling me by my fucking hair. And he was like, just go to the room. I'm gonna sit down, whatever, you need to calm down. And then again, my thought process kicks in. I do need to calm down. I need to calm down because I'm in an area where I don't know anyone. I have no money. He can easily say something to get me arrested, right? Just in general, I'm thinking about my kids at home because I have 4. And at that time, they didn't know what was going on, right? My friends didn't know what was going on. So I did. I went to the room. I calmed down. He came in there, and like maybe after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he came in there and he told me, that he was sorry. He tried to hug me. I was like, look, I really don't want you to hug me right now. I don't want you to touch me. And he was like, man, come here. And I'm like, no. I said no. And because I said no, he pushed me off the bed. And that's where I got that scratch on my back. I hit the dresser that was on the other side of the bed and it scraped my back. And I got up and I was just like, whatever. Like, I just jumped back in the bed and he walked out the room. At this point, I just fell asleep, whatever, the next day. Actually, no, it wasn't the next day. I was laying there. He tried to get my phone again. And I was like, no, this time you're not taking my fucking phone. You're not going to take my phone. And he tried to snatch it. And we were wrestling for the phone. And that's where I pushed him. And he got a scratch on his face.
Mm-hmm.
He got a scratch on his face. I laid back down. He, after the scratch,
That's this day.
does he have the scratch on his face right there? There's a video that I sent you where he's telling everybody, look what she's done to me, guys.
Yeah. This is the video where he's like grabbing the stuff, and he was looking at this stuff.
No, that's not then.
That's not the day.
No, it was after that. Because I was literally out there. I flew out there on the 6th.
Tell America to appeal it. I'll send it to TikTok right now.
Es que a las 6.
Turn my chat on. America, you can hear me? Appeal it. This is what people do when they don't want the truth coming out. And it don't work on me. You know what I mean? I don't. Little boy is confirm everything that she's saying for people. And when I'm done, okay? When I'm done helping her get her ban undone, I'm gonna send your page and all of them to the same manager who's gonna send it to the same TNS team that deals with people who aren't supposed to be on the app. So have fun while you can, okay? He can try to report me if he wants to. How's that working out for you? You know what I mean? How's that working out for you? You know what I mean? If you think that all he's doing is reporting her, America, I need you to appeal it and refresh and keep letting me know. All right? This is the type of piece of shit stuff that he does. He has to try to intimidate and silence women from telling the truth so that you women can't go and sit there thinking that, you could fix him. And you just witnessed it in real life. Okay? In real life. I don't want you on your back up. Yeah, I don't care if he's reporting me. How's that working out, big dog? How's that working out, big dog? Oh, you kicking your little feet over there trying to report Allmoney. How's that working out for you? Okay? It's going to come out one way or the other, because if there's anybody on this app that has more accounts than you, it's me. Okay? All right? He didn't give her a bag. I'll tell you what he did when he realized that she was going to talk to me. Okay? When we started going in on Eli and I asked for any of his victims to step forward, and there was a couple of them, as soon as he found out that she was sending information to the mods and telling her story and screenshots and Google Drives, he immediately tried to harass her from an unknown number, which I was going to have her show you, and tell her to stop talking to me. He threatened her that if she didn't stop talking to me, that he would file a police report for revenge porn for the picture of him with his shirt off, and made her think that that was against the law. We told her it's not. Don't worry about it. I need to know who Nova is. I'm down. Okay? And then what we did was, I had gotten a hold of a detective, and we told him, I don't want to say everything because Eli's got some shit coming, okay? Just know that. See, no one has given this girl the help that she deserves, okay? Nobody. And as soon as they gave her what to tell him, and said, I don't want to be contacted by you anymore. Do not reach out to me anymore. If you continue to do that, then this is going to happen. He stopped. Okay? That's when he stopped. I would never, ever add him. Fuck you. We don't give platforms to people out here beating on girls. We don't give platforms to people who broke their fucking kid's femur bone and then make jokes about it online. Okay? Period. See, them Florida kids will go live with you and they'll battle you. Bitch, I wouldn't spit on you to put you out if you were on fire. I'm different. I wouldn't on you if you were on fire. Just know that. Let alone share a screen with your hoe ass. Okay? You're weak. Nova, get in the box. What's Nova's account? That's the ghost one, right? Yes, that's the ghost one. This was the other lady. This was the other lady. How you doing, Miss Nova? America, if you're listening, I need you to keep checking and let me know when it's disapproved or approved. Message a mod, America, as soon as it's approved or denied. How you doing, Miss Nova?
I'm the other one.
I'm sorry.
Nova's somebody else.
Oh, you're not Nova. But tell me about your story with Eli.
It started with me also being brand new to TikTok, scrolling. Then I found out about gifting, started gifting. We related on the topic of both of us having a child with special needs. Then it became, can you review my analytics? Can you tell me when the best time to go live is? Being a mod, also engaging into personal conversations and ending up flying out to PA. You'll see that I was his biggest gifter. All the videos that he shares, his million game against Barb, to him saying that I was never there, stealing information, threatening, blackmailing, the whole 9 yards. Sending random requests for Apple Pay, saying that he was hungry, that his kids were hungry, all the same stuff. And, try to warn girls about going out there. Like, he just sells himself on TikTok. I feel like my story is inadequate to what some of these other girls have gone through.
First of all, see, that's the problem. And the problem is that's why people don't speak up, because they think that their story is inadequate or it doesn't measure up to America's or somebody else's for that matter. But the bottom line is this guy fucking extorted you for money, emotionally abused you. Did he ever try to get you to fly out there too?
I flew to PA. I spent 2 days in PA, picked him up, paid for a hotel, paid for everything. Same thing. He used my phone, his laptop that he used. I bought it. All his streaming equipment, I paid for it. I took a bunch of stuff with me to PA for him. Same scenario. No one knew I was there until he was on the phone with one of his mods. And he was like, say hi to Kay. I got Kay here. And I'm like, why are you telling people I'm here? Like, it wasn't for anybody to know. When I picked him up from the address off of High. Had booked our hotel. The white Audi you see on his page is my rental car. He got into the car. He wanted to go to a liquor store. Took him there, and he slipped a pew under my seat and told me, which was very uncomfortable.
Oh, he got pews?
Supposedly. I didn't see it, but from what was told to me by him, and that's what was in there. He would go live from the living room, or he would go down to the car in which I got charged for him smoking in the car.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted more money while I was there. I mean, I sent you all the Apple Pay, the Cash Apps,
Yeah.
gifting. It went from not using me to all of a sudden, you know, just seeing videos. And I've been off the app for over a year.
Now, was your situation when you were out there? I'm assuming, did you sleep with him? You guys
I did.
slept with him, okay? And then was it aggressive, or was he still just trying to be super sweet and pimp you out all your money?
More on the aggressive side. I remember him saying that he was hungry. I had ordered him food, and I have a text message that says, "I didn't ask for that. I said without bone," and I was like, "Okay, like be happy I fed you."
Yeah.
So
Especially if you broke. See, it's 2026. You got to start putting these broke little bitches in their place.
then it got to the point where I had stopped shooting because I found out he was talking to multiple females. He got mad at one point in our conversation. I was taking my kids on a cruise. So I was gone for 3 days out in the middle of the ocean, and he was texting me my entire flight, my entire cruise. "Why aren't you shooting? Where are you? You better come shoot me that 50,000 right now." And I was just like, I'm enjoying myself with my kids. And it got to that point, like the same thing. He wanted to move where I was at the time. I had purchased 3 flights. He supposedly missed the first one, made an excuse about his kids and another girl where he goes live in her apartment. And I was just like, you know, it's one of those. Once
You guys can turn the comments. I'm gonna turn the comments on because we can't watch the door. That's how he's sneaking in here.
Once you tell me what to do with my kids, and that I can't be spending money on my kids, that I should be spending it on you, it's a wrap for me. Then I learned about his charges, and I ended up canceling the 3rd flight because I didn't want nobody around my kids like that.
Yeah. But no DV incidents while you're out there, just aggressive nature and tone. So it seems to me like he tried to just, like, you was a supporter on here and you fucked with him, and then he turned it into, I'm assuming at some point it turned into flirtatious little DMs and messages, and then you started sending him money and stuff like that.
Yeah,
About how much money do you think you sent him?
over 200,000.
And he's still broke. Well, you sent it to the wrong motherfucker. You should have sent it to somebody with half a brain.
And then I learned about my PayPal, which is under investigation. So like this account here, because I reported him and I reported the use of shit. And yeah, so this account is where I can't gift at all.
Well, make a damn new account and we'll get you signed with our agency. He can't do shit to you no more.
Yeah, this account was like negative almost 1 million coins after.
Yeah.
Because I reported his account and his gifts and his shit that he did without my knowing. But yeah, so it went from, you know, him talking about, oh, somebody, you know, gifted me 2,000. Well, no, it wasn't 2,000. It was 200,000.
Okay, America. Did you ever ask him about his daughter, or did you just cut him off at that point when you started seeing all the shit? I remember when it leaked. I covered it for like.
I had asked him about his charges because I pulled it. I pulled his entire record. And he, at that time, it still wasn't like leaked completely, but he was still blaming his cousin. He was like, look, it was my cousin. He has the same name. And those videos were on his page for quite a while.
And to be sure, it was 200K diamonds or 200 bands?
200 bands.
200 bands.
And at that time, I didn't know about recharging on a website or anything. So it was 200,000 raw through the app.
So you were his big shooter and his biggest supporter, and then he quickly turned it sexual, started, no, I need this, I need that, I'm hungry.
Ubers, when he had his daughter, I would talk to Zari. I was in contact with his baby moms, everything. So, and it's crazy to be off the app for a year and come back and still see my name out there talking shit. Like I do have a child with special needs, and for my daughter to be in his mouth is utterly disgusting. Like I'm with my kids 24/7.
That dude's mouth is disgusting. So he's a clickbaiter. He's one of them guys that like to talk to you guys like that. He says stuff about my wife. They know that the quickest way to irk somebody is to talk about kids or there's something that means something to them. But at the end of the day, right? One, I hope you learned your lesson. You know what I mean? You want to support people on this app, and that goes for anybody in here. Support. I have a huge community. You know what I mean? You already know my community. Support them responsibly. But the second these motherfucking shrimp built, Ashley Trevino built motherfuckers start sliding in your DMs, promising to get up in that seventh rib and shit like that, and when it crosses the line from, hey, oh, I need this paid, or I need this bill paid, that's how it's gonna start. Or I need this, or can you DoorDash me something, or can you Uber this? Those are the times where like, no, I shoot for you on TikTok because I enjoy it and I fuck with you, but no. You know what I mean? And he's another type of human being on here that takes advantage of vulnerable women. You know what I mean? In your mind, Ghost, did you think there was going to be a relationship from the way he was talking to you?
He really made it sound that way. So
he was ready to fly out and all of the stuff. So no one's going to blame you. And I better not see nobody blaming her. I'm saying, yeah, women have a responsibility to know better, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you catch feelings. And just because Ghost is in a good position to have some bread and want to take care of her man, that while she's thinking that that's her man, doesn't mean that she deserves any of the fucking shit that she's got. That's a topic that we're going to cover on the next bitch ass creator, 867, doing the same fucking thing. So I'm really sorry that you fucking went through that.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And I hope we learned from it. I hope we learned from it.
Of course.
And I hope you made him eat your starfish right after shitting, because that's the type of shit that he fucking deserves.
It's disgusting to even think about. Like,
so it wasn't, you know, Eli likes to brag to everybody in this bitch that he's got the best sausage in the world.
Most definitely not.
Don't be a hater now, that we can accurately rate it like strong 5, 6, what?
What was that?
It wasn't even remember. It was
Definitely not the best. It's okay.
All right, one question on some funny shit before I let Nova in here. Did you feel catfished when you seen him in real life?
Yes. Oh my God.
And second, what the fuck's wrong with his forearm?
I'm on a 5'5" on a good day. And when I got out the car and I stood taller than him, I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it was bad.
What the fuck's wrong with his arms? Like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Is it bent or is it a condition?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have no idea. But yes, definitely catfish, you name it.
He definitely not lifting nothing 180 on top of a washer or dryer, nothing like that.
No. Most definitely not. No.
Kicks, I'm gonna give you a follow. Hit me, big dog. Do you have anything else you want to say about him?
No, just be careful. Don't believe what you see. Because, you know, we're very fortunate to have gotten out of our situations, and the next one might not be so lucky.
And that's the point of this live, to make sure that nobody else fall victim to the same fucking shit. Because that's what he does. He don't care if there's 3.3K fucking hating his ass right now. All he needs is one person to try to believe his bullshit. And it's all about getting money out of a girl. That's it. That's all he wants. He wants money out of a girl. And when things don't go his way, he gets aggressive.
Don't send anything, because he's quick to blackmail. I've seen it firsthand. Just with myself. Oh, I'm gonna send your pictures if you. Oh,
I was gonna get into it with America, but she's about to be back. He did it to her, but the chat hasn't heard it yet.
Oh, it's been multiple people, not.
Yeah.
There was people before me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. Just be careful when it comes to him.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming in here. Everybody give her a follow. If you are looking for protection for your account and you tired of that and you back on TikTok, let me know. Send one of my mods a message. We'll get you a new account, or we'll fix your account. You know what I mean?
Got you. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you, and God bless you.
Likewise.